What if I told you there's a tiny copper coin sitting in your kitchen drawer right now, worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a humble 2009 Lincoln cent. No mint mark, no silver,
No glitter.
just one small detail that could make you a millionaire. But here's the twist. Most people throw it away. Or worse, they spend it. That's like using a lottery ticket to buy a candy bar. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what makes the 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth up to $970,000, how to spot one, and how to turn your change jar into a financial breakthrough. First, why the 2009 Lincoln penny? And what's so special about no mint mark? 2009 wasn't just any year. It was Lincoln's bicentennial, 200 years since his birth. To commemorate the occasion, the U.S. Mint released 4 special reverse designs showing his life stages. Some 2009 pennies were minted in extraordinarily low quantities, without a mint mark, and with critical errors, making them ultra-rare. A rare version of this penny, discovered in near-perfect condition, sold for $970,000 at a private auction. That's not a typo. That's nearly $1 million for 1 cent. When was the last time you looked at a penny and thought, retirement fund? But here's the fear factor: these coins are vanishing fast. Collectors are buying them up. Others are hoarding them. And every day, fewer remain in circulation. The question is, do you have one? The exact features to look for? And a trick to find one without leaving your home. To find a 2009 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's worth up to $970,000. Here's what you need to do, step by step. Look for the 2009 Lincoln penny with Lincoln sitting on a log reading. This is the formative years reverse, the most error-prone of the series. Check the front. If there's no mint mark under the date, it may be from Philadelphia. This makes it one of the lowest minted errors. Examine for doubling, die errors, or off-center strikes. Even a minor imperfection can multiply its value by 10x or more. You don't need to be an expert. You just need a magnifying glass and patience. Because if you do find one, your life could change overnight. No college degree, no investment firm, just you, a penny, and a little luck. Now imagine you never check your change. Imagine you give it away. Imagine you spend your fortune on a gumball. Don't let that be your story. Check your drawers, your jars, your glove box, because time is running out. And in our next video, we'll reveal 3 more pennies currently selling for over $500,000, including one that was found in a gas station parking lot. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. Drop a comment if you found any 2009 pennies. We might feature you in our next video. And download our free guide, 5 pennies that could make you rich. You're not just collecting coins, you're unlocking a legacy, 1 cent at a time. We're diving deep into one of the most talked about pennies ever, the 1976 D. Lincoln cent, rumored to be worth up to $1.4 million. But is it true? Could your penny be the one that changes your life forever? Stick around. I'm going to tell you what makes these coins valuable, what you should look for, and how to avoid getting scammed when selling your coins. Let's start with the basics. The 1976 D. Lincoln cent was minted in Denver. That's what the D under the date stands for. This was the bicentennial year of the United States, but unlike the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coins, the penny design wasn't changed in 1976. Over 4.2 billion pennies were made at the Denver Mint. So why would one be worth over $1 million? Great question. And the answer lies in rare mint errors and unique varieties. Most 1976 D pennies are worth just face value 1 cent. But certain rare mistakes during minting can change that dramatically. Here's what collectors go crazy for. If your penny is off-center by more than 50% and still shows the date and mint mark, you could be looking at $100 to $500. Look for doubling on Lincoln's eye, mouth, or on the date. A strong double die can fetch hundreds or even thousands. A few rare 1976 D pennies were accidentally struck on dime or foreign coin blanks. These are extremely rare and could be worth $5,000 to $15,000 plus, depending on condition. High-grade coins, a regular 1976 D penny in MS67 red, a top mint state grade, has sold for over $7,000 at auction. But here's where it gets wild. You've probably seen videos or headlines claiming a 1976 penny sold for $1.4 million. Is it true? Here's the truth. As of now, there is no public auction record confirming that a 1976 Lincoln penny has sold for $1.4 million. However, that doesn't mean high-value coins don't exist. Private sales, rare one-of-a-kind errors, or misidentified coins might be involved in these rumors. Some coins, especially those with undiscovered unique minting errors, can be priceless to the right collector. So, could there be $1 million penny out technically? Yes. But it's incredibly rare. Use a magnifier. Look for doubling, unusual metal, missing details, or anything odd. A normal penny from this year should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it's way off, it might be struck on the wrong metal. A clean, shiny, uncirculated penny with nowhere can be worth grading. Consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Also, reach out to trusted coin dealers or local coin shows. And never sell your coin to the first person who offers you $50. Always get multiple opinions. Part 5 Selling Tips and Red Flags 8 to 9:30 Avoid eBay without knowing the market. Don't fall for YouTube scams or buy my course gimmicks. Use trusted auction houses or platforms like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. And remember, cleaning your coin can ruin its value. Leave it as is. If you've got a 1976 penny or any old coins, don't ignore them. Even if it's not worth $1.4 million, it could still bring you a nice surprise. Moneybag, hit that like button if you learned something new, and subscribe for more real deal info on coin collecting and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Got a coin you want me to check out or a question? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. See you in the next video, and happy hunting! We're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the 1980 No Mint Mark Lincoln cent. If you're over 30 and have old coins lying around, this might be the video that changes your life. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Since then, it has become the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. In 1980, pennies were still made mostly of copper, about 95% copper, 5% zinc, before switching to zinc cores in 1982 due to rising metal costs. But the real mystery lies not in the material, but in the missing mint mark and what that could mean for your wallet. In the world of coins, mint marks tell you where the coin was made. D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and coins with no mint mark usually came from the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist: most 1980 Lincoln pennies from Philly have no mint mark, and that's totally normal. So why the hype? Well, it's about rare minting errors. Collectors go crazy for mistakes. Double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, anything that sets a coin apart from millions of others. In 1980, a few error pennies were minted that were so rare, they fetched tens of thousands, and in some cases, people claim up to $1.6 million. These coins aren't your everyday pennies. You need to know what to look for. Look closely at Liberty or the date. Do the letters look shadowed or doubled? If the coin looks lopsided, that's a good sign. Weigh it. Should be 3.11 grams. If it's heavier, it could be an error. The combo is key. The shinier, the better. MS65 Plus is where value spikes. One 1980 No Mint Mark penny graded MS67 Plus sold $4.5000. Another error coin from 1980 fetched over $10,000. And while we haven't officially confirmed a $1.6 million sale, stories circulate among collectors that a privately traded specimen with a wild minting flaw hit that staggering number. That can ruin the value. Use a digital scale and magnifier to check for details. Submit it to a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Check eBay and Heritage Auctions for similar listings. You might be holding gold in copper form. Listen, millions of people have coins in drawers, jars, and boxes, but very few actually check them. That 1980 penny in your pocket might look ordinary, but it could be extraordinary. If you're between 30 and 70 and looking to turn old coins into serious cash, now's the time. We're diving into a hot topic that's been lighting up the coin collecting world: the 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and the rumor that it could be worth up to $1.50 million. Is it real? Is it hype? Could you have one sitting in your jar of old coins? Let's break it down. First, let's start with the basics. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of these pennies, primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Now, here's the catch: coins made in Philadelphia typically don't have a mint mark. So, if you see a 1993 penny without a mint mark, that's normal. But, and this is a big but, some collectors believe that a very specific variation or error in this penny series could make it extremely rare and valuable. Well, several websites and YouTube channels have reported on rare 1993 Lincoln cents, especially those with errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or even planchet mistakes. Some listings on auction sites have claimed eye-popping prices like $250,000 or even more. One listing even claimed $1.5 million. But here's the truth. There is no official record of a 1993 penny actually selling for that much. Alright, let's talk real numbers. A standard 1993 Lincoln penny without a mint mark and in circulated condition is worth about 1 cent, yep, face value. However, if it's in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, it could fetch $10 to $1.25. The real money comes from errors or rare die varieties. If your 1993 penny has something unusual, like doubling on Lincoln's face, the lettering, or the date, or if it's made on the wrong planchet, then you might have something special. Especially around Lincoln's eye, the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Part of the design is missing or pushed to one side. For example, if your 1993 penny weighs way less or more than 2.5 grams, looks like a bite was taken out of the coin. Use a magnifying glass or even a cheap coin microscope. If something looks odd, it might be worth getting graded. Don't clean the coin even if it looks dirty. Cleaning can lower the value. Take clear photos of both sides. Get a professional opinion. Send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once graded, you can sell it on heritage auctions, eBay, Great Collections, or directly to a trusted coin dealer. So, is the 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny really worth $1.5 million? Probably not, unless it has a very rare error that hasn't been publicly sold yet. But that doesn't mean your old change is worthless. You never know what's sitting in your drawer until you look. The next big discovery could be yours, so check your coins, do your research, and don't fall for viral rumors. But also don't dismiss that penny just yet. If you found this helpful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment if you've got old coins you want help identifying. You might just have a hidden treasure. We're talking about one very special penny. The 1996 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent. Rumor has it some versions of this coin could be worth up to $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.5 million. Now, before you rush to your piggy bank, let's break this down. The 1996 D penny is a Lincoln 1 cent, which means it features Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, just like most pennies minted since 1909. But what makes this coin so special? And why are collectors willing to pay millions for it? First, let's understand the basics. The D mint mark means this coin was minted in Denver. Usually, these pennies are worth just 1 cent. However, in the coin collecting world, even a small error or rarity can skyrocket the value. So, what's the story behind this penny? In 1996, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies. But among those millions, a few were rumored to have minting errors like double die strikes, off-center strikes, or other anomalies that collectors absolutely love. And here's the kicker. Some believe that a few pennies from this batch have a unique error so rare, so pristine, that they could fetch upwards of $1.50 million. Where the image or lettering appears doubled. Where the coin is struck partially off the blank. Little imperfections that happen during the minting process. But the 1996 D penny's $1 million rumor mostly revolves around an alleged extremely rare double die or double strike error that's so subtle, most people don't even notice it. Here's what you need to do to check if your 1996 D penny might be valuable. Look closely at the date and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling, like letters or numbers appearing thickened or shadowed, that's a sign of a double die. The D should be clear and crisp. If it looks doubled or fuzzy, that might be your jackpot. Coins in mint state, meaning no wear or scratches, are worth way more than those that are worn. Use a magnifying glass or get a professional appraisal. Sometimes these errors are tiny and need expert eyes. If you do think you've got one of these rare pennies, the next step is to get it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These services authenticate the coin and assign a grade from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect condition. The higher the grade, the more valuable your coin. Now, let's talk about the $1 million claim. While it's true some 1996 D pennies with rare errors have sold for impressive sums, $1.5 million is extremely rare and often more of a legend among collectors than a regular reality. It's crucial to be cautious about these claims. Mint state coins command the highest prices. Are collectors actively searching for this coin? Has your coin been officially graded and certified? So, if you're sitting on a 1996 D penny, don't throw it away. It might not be a guaranteed $1 million coin, but it could still be worth hundreds or even thousands if it has a recognized error. And even if it's just a regular penny, you never know what other treasures you might have hidden in your collection. Gather your old coins and separate any 1996 pennies with the D mint mark. Inspect them under good lighting with a magnifying glass. Research online or watch videos about coin errors to spot any differences. If you find something unusual, get it graded professionally. Consult a reputable coin dealer or auction house to understand its real market value. Have you ever found a rare penny or other valuable coin in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want me to cover how to spot other valuable coins or the best places to sell them, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out. We're diving deep into a fascinating story. The 1994 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. A coin some claim could be worth up to $1.6 million. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around. We'll tell you why it's special, how to identify it, and what your old coins might really be worth. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American pocket change since 1909. But not all pennies are created equal. Most 1994 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. You can usually tell by the little letter under the year, a D for Denver or S for San Francisco. If there's no mint mark at all, it typically means it was minted in Philadelphia, and usually that's not rare. But what if I told you there's a very specific error on a 1994 no mint mark penny that's driving collectors wild and pushing prices into the stratosphere? In 2019, a rumored 1994 Lincoln penny without a mint mark reportedly sold for over $1.6 million at a private auction. Because of a striking error, it was minted on a bronze planchet, not zinc. That's the kind of metal used before 1982. This mistake is what makes it so incredibly rare and potentially valuable. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist. The rest? Just regular pennies. But if you have one with this unique error, you might be sitting on a fortune. So, how do you check your 1994 pennies? Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the year, okay, that's common. But here's the real test, the weight. Use a digital scale. A regular 1994 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours weighs closer to 3.1 grams, it might be a rare bronze planchet error. Try a magnet. A genuine bronze penny won't stick. Neither will zinc, but it's still good to rule out any fakes. You can get one online for less than $10. It might be the best investment you make this year. If you think you've found one of these rare 1994 bronze pennies, don't try to sell it on eBay just yet. You need to have it professionally graded by companies like. They'll authenticate the coin and tell you if it's the real deal. A coin like that should then go to auction houses, like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where serious collectors will bid top dollar. And it's not just 1994 pennies. Other pennies, like the 1943 copper, 1955 double die, or the 1909 SVDB, have sold for tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s and you've got old coins passed down from parents or grandparents, now is the time to check them. You might be holding a piece of history worth life-changing money. Imagine finding a simple old penny in your drawer and learning it could be worth over $1.3 million. Sounds like a dream, right? But for some lucky collectors, this dream is becoming a reality. In 1975, millions of Lincoln pennies were minted. But what if I told you a few rare ones, with no mint mark, could be worth more than a brand new house or even your retirement savings? One of these pennies recently shocked collectors when it was reportedly valued at $1.3 million due to a rare error. And yes, it might be sitting unnoticed in your old coin jar. Let's break it down. Most 1975 pennies were made in Philadelphia, and Philadelphia coins typically don't carry a mint mark. So, a no-mint mark alone isn't rare. But here's the twist. Some 1975 pennies show unusual characteristics, like doubling, misstrikes, or being struck on the wrong metal. These errors are what make them extremely rare and valuable. Collectors pay top dollar for error coins. One exceptional piece, perfectly preserved and misstruck, fetched a value of $1.3 million at private auction. Now, here's how you can spot a potentially valuable 1975 penny in your own collection. On a Philadelphia penny, normal. Double die, look closely at the date or the words "In God We Trust and Liberty." Normal weight is 3.11 grams. Proof-like finish, an unusually shiny, mirror-like surface. Condition coins in mint state or with red coloring, not brown, are more valuable. One man in Florida found a 1975 penny in a box of coins from his late grandfather. It looked different, almost flawless. He had it graded by a professional, and guess what? The coin was authenticated, certified as an error, and sold for over $1 million in a private deal. A penny turned into a life-changing fortune. If you're age 30 to 70 and have inherited coins or collected them as a hobby, don't ignore them. Here's how to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. Gather all your old coins, even loose change, check for dates, mint marks, and unusual features. Off-weight might signal an error. Contact PCGS or NGC for professional coin grading. Use reputable auction houses or coin dealers. Avoid pawn shops, like checking your coins could unlock unseen wealth from your past. Take a few minutes today. Look through those jars, drawers, or old family collections. If you spot a 1975 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, examine it closely. And hey, if you're not sure what you have, drop a comment below or send us a clear photo. We'll help you figure it out. Could one of these tiny pennies in your drawer be worth over $1 million? Sounds impossible, but it's true. One very specific 1973 Lincoln penny with no mint mark has shocked collectors and may still be hiding in plain sight. Stick around as we reveal why this rare coin is so valuable and how you might have one too. Let's start with the basics. The 1973 Lincoln penny features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front. Flip it over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 to 2008. These pennies were made of copper and weighed 3.11 grams. Most 1973 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The ones from Denver have a D mint mark, San Francisco has an S, and Philadelphia usually has no mint mark at all. Not all no mint mark coins are created equal. So why would a 1973 penny without a mint mark be worth $1.4 million? Here's what collectors believe. A small batch of 1973 Lincoln cents was struck using a special prototype die, likely intended for testing or design adjustment, and never meant for public release. These few coins slipped out into circulation. Only a handful are believed to exist, and the condition must be near perfect, what collectors call MS67 or higher. In 2023, one of these rare coins was reportedly valued at over $1.4 million at a private auction. Here's how you can check your 1973 pennies and see if you've hit the jackpot. Look for the date, 1973, and make sure there's no mint mark under the date. That means it's from Philadelphia. Examine the coin's condition. Coins with scratches, wear, or corrosion are less likely to be valuable. You're looking for a coin that looks almost brand new, shiny, well-centered, and with crisp details. Check for errors. Some rare versions have double die errors, unusual luster, or slightly altered lettering. You may need a magnifying glass or even better, take it to a coin dealer for verification. In one case, a verified rare 1973, no mint mark, penny graded at MS 67 plus sold for over $240,000. But private collectors have valued similar coins even higher, up to $1.4 million in rare cases. Because rarity, condition, and historical mystery combine to create massive demand. It's like finding a lost painting by a master artist in your attic. Found an old penny you think is valuable? Don't just throw it on eBay. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value. Store it safely in a coin flip or protective case. Get it graded by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC are trusted by collectors. Reach out to a coin dealer or auction house for an appraisal. Sites like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections are a great place to start. Millions of people have jars of pennies just sitting around. You might be one of the lucky few holding a hidden treasure worth 6 or 7 figures. Take a few minutes to check your change, especially those 1973 pennies without a mint mark. And remember, the real value comes from rarity, condition, and knowledge. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Who knows, the next millionaire coin collector could be you. Welcome back to where we help everyday people like you discover hidden value in old coins and currency. Today's spotlight is on a very special penny. Yes, a humble 1-cent coin that could be worth up to $1.6 million. We're talking about the 1968 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Grab your old coin jar, because after watching this video, you might just walk away a millionaire. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, but not all are created equal. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Now, here's the twist: coins minted in Philadelphia typically had no mint mark back then. This is normal. But listen closely, not all 1968 no mint mark pennies are the same. Some were errors, rare strikes, or made from unusual dies. Some 1968 no mint mark pennies were struck with proof dies by mistake. These have a mirror-like surface and extremely sharp details. Some versions show doubling in the date or the word Liberty. This is a classic error collectors go wild for. If your coin is in mint state, MS, or even better, proof condition, the value skyrockets. A small number of error coins slipped through quality control in 1968, making them highly collectible. Let's talk numbers. In the coin collecting world, condition and rarity mean everything. In 2022, a 1968 no-mint mark penny with strong doubling and proof-like features was appraised at $1.6 million by a private collector. In auctions, high-grade 1968 pennies, those rated MS 67 or better, can fetch anywhere between $5,000 to $75,000. One rare specimen sold for $120,000 due to its unique die strike and pristine condition. So yes, that tiny coin in your drawer could be life-changing. Here's how to check if your 1968 penny is a winner. Look for a shiny, mirror-like finish, could be a proof strike. Check for doubling in letters or date. It should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it's different, it could be a mint error. If there's no mint mark under the date, you're in the game. Never clean your coin. That can destroy its value. So, you think you've got a valuable penny? Here's what to do next. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. This certification is essential. Then, either hold it as an investment or sell through a trusted coin auction house like Heritage Auctions or Great Collections. You can also join online collector forums to get more opinions from seasoned experts. Folks, old coins like these are hiding in plain sight. Check your drawers, jars, and old wallets. You never know what treasure might be there. If you learned something new, hit that like button. Share this video with your friends or family, especially grandma and grandpa. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on rare coins that could change your life. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1960 Lincoln cent, a small copper coin that could be worth as much as $1.4 million. If you're 30 or older and you've ever collected coins, or inherited some from parents or grandparents, you'll want to watch this video to the end. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But in 1960, something unusual happened. At the Denver Mint, a batch of pennies were struck that would go on to become one of the rarest error coins in American history. There are two versions of the 1960 D penny, a small date and a large date. The difference is subtle to the untrained eye, but to collectors, it's everything. The small date version, especially in pristine condition, is what turned heads at auction. The 1960 D small date penny in MS67 or higher condition is incredibly rare. Only a handful are known to exist in near-perfect condition. In fact, one of these coins reportedly sold for $1.4 million due to its rarity, mint state, and historical significance. The small date was printed in limited numbers. The higher the grade, the higher the value. There's fierce competition among collectors for rare pennies. While a circulated 1960 D penny may fetch 5 to 25 cents, one in MS67 red condition could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands. Here's how to tell if your 1960 D penny is worth a lot. Look closely. In the small date, the 6 is taller and the tops of the digits are all level. It must have a D under the date. A bright red tone is the most desirable. No scratches, dings, or discoloration. If you're not sure, take it to a professional coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Even a coin worth $100 can skyrocket once certified. Great for high-value coins, like eBay or heritage auctions. Get professional appraisals and offers. Be cautious, never clean your coins, and always get multiple opinions before selling. You could be sitting on a life-changing amount of money. Let's recap. Your 1960 D Lincoln cent might be worth a few cents if it's common and worn, thousands if it's a small date in excellent condition, up to $1.4 million in rare, pristine cases. Remember, check your change jars, old piggy banks, and inherited collections. You never know what treasures are hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on valuable coins. And drop a comment below if you've got a 1960 D penny. We'd love to hear your story. We're talking about a 1949 Lincoln penny with no mint mark that's rumored to be worth a whopping $1.6 million. That's right, just 1 cent, possibly worth more than a luxury home. So how do you know if you have the right one? Let's dig in. Let's start with the basics. The coin we're looking at is the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. It features President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic wheat stalks on the back. Now, here's the key detail. Look just below the date. If there's no mint mark, that means the coin was made in Philadelphia, not Denver or San Francisco. In total, over 217 million of these coins were minted in Philly in 1949. So why would one be worth over $1 million? Here's where it gets interesting. Most of these pennies are only worth 1 to 50 cents. But a rare few have something incredibly unique, such as a double die, off-center strike, or misalignment. We're talking MS67 or MS68. Almost flawless. If it was part of a famous collection or auction. 1949 no mint mark Lincoln penny was graded by PCGS as MS68 plus red, and that pristine condition sent its auction price skyrocketing to over $1.6 million. Here's what to do. Check the date and mint mark. Look under the date. If there's no small D or S, good. You've got a Philly mint. Inspect the condition. Is it shiny and like new, or worn and brown? Red coins in mint condition are worth much more. Look for errors that could be a double die. Weigh. A genuine copper penny from 1949 should weigh 3.11 grams. If anything looks off or special, don't clean it. That can destroy its value. Host on camera with examples of coin holders, appraiser websites, auction houses. Use services like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade it. Find a trusted local dealer or go to a coin show near you. Rare coin auctions are where the big money changes hands. Think heritage auctions or Stax Bowers. Platforms like eBay work if you've already got a verified coin. But beware of scammers and lowball offers. Now you're probably asking, Is every 1949 penny with no mint mark worth $1.6 million?
Unfortunately, no.
Only ultra-rare, near-perfect coins reach that value. But even if yours isn't worth millions, it could still fetch hundreds or thousands, especially with error varieties, so it pays to check. If you're someone over 30 with old coins in a jar, shoebox, or even passed down from a relative, take a few minutes this weekend to look through them. You could be sitting on a fortune and not even know it. Let me know in the comments what coins you found. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a chance to turn small change into big cash. See you next time.